What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Mark Heffron versus Jack Cullen, and this was a 12-rounder for the British Super Middleweight Championship. And this fight was Saturday, September 2nd, from the Manchester Arena in Manchester, England. And this fight was broadcasted on ESPN Plus in the US and Sky Sports in the UK. And in this fight, Jack Cullen put on the performance of his career as he brutally finished off and upset Mark Heffron in the third round to become the British champion. This was an amazing performance from Jack Cullen. I had him up 20-18 leading up to the stoppage. I had him winning 2 rounds to none. And this was a very good upset win for him. A massive win. Just to break this fight down round by round, the first round, it was a pretty close round. I mean, this fight was pretty exciting while it lasted. Jack Cullen did really good in the early/middle part of the round, jabbing and keeping Heffron at bay. Normally, Jack Cullen's in there kind of not using his height, not using his distance, normally throwing huge shots, trying to trade. But this fight, he stayed very focused and poised, and it worked out for him. In that first round, he was jabbing he was jabbing Heffron, using his height, using his reach, and he won that round with his jab, I think. But Heffron came back later on in the round, landed some decent shots. Then in round number two, Cullen was on the outside and was able to land a big right hand on Mark Heffron that sort of wobbled him a bit and made his legs sort of stiffen up. So I gave the second round to Cullen because of that big right hand. Then the third round, it was a pretty close round leading up to the stoppage. Heffron was doing really good early, and then sort of in the middle to later part of the round, Jack Cullen started landing stiff jabs backing up Mark Heffron. Then Mark Heffron landed a good shot on Cullen. Cullen went forward. They were trading. Then Cullen landed a huge left hook, dropping Mark Heffron. I think it was a right hand and a left hook. Heffron went down to the canvas. It was a very odd knockdown because it didn't really look like he went thudding down to the canvas, but he looked hurt. And Heffron got up, but his legs were just not solid, and he went back down to the canvas after standing up, and the referee waved it off from there. A very good knockout win here from Jack Cullen, and this goes into the question, what is next for him? He's now 22-4-1 with 10 knockouts. Huge win that was for him. He had some tough losses in the past year. He lost to Kevin Ledley-Sachko for the European title, lost to Diego Pacheco by stoppage as well. This is a huge rebound win for him and probably one of the best wins of his career. He also has a win over Avni Yildirim as well. But yeah, for Jack Cullen, I think he's going to defend this British title in his next fight. And I think he should face someone who's a decent level British fighter at super middleweight. Someone around that level, because this was definitely a very good fight for him. I thought he was going to lose, but I really just wasn't expecting that performance from him. I mean, he looked phenomenal in this fight. He really used his reach, used his distance. I'm not saying he's an elite top 10 guy, but he looked very good in this one against an opponent that I thought he was going to lose to. So for Jack Cullen, I think he's going to defend that British title in his next fight against a decent level, B level, C level British fighter. But as for Mark Heffron, losing here for the third time in his career, this was a real tough loss for him, considering I think he was a sizable favorite going into the fight. I mean, I thought he was going to win pretty solidly and clearly, but that's not the case. But yeah, for Mark Heffron, I think he's going to have to rebound, get a few wins, come back, and really just try and build himself back up. You can't really say what's probably next for him because I don't think he's going to get a big fight considering he just took a loss. But in his next fight, he could take on a lower level kind of journeyman, get a few easy wins. Right now, he falls to 29-3-1 with 23 knockouts. He might bring his record up to maybe 31-3, 32-3 before getting another big opportunity. So overall, Jack Cullen upsets and knocks out Mark Heffron in the third round to become the new British super middleweight champ. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.